Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman 99.
and welcome back to Fallout 4 G9-13 playthrough.
Yes, and in the last episode, we were actually coming out to run one of the side quests to get rid of the rogue robot that was hanging around, near Red Rock at Fort Hagen.
Okay,
And discovered that, of course, there were, 19 unemployed settlers hanging around here. So had to spend some time giving everybody jobs and that kind of thing.
yeah, that kind of thing. The settlement management.
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot of people, though, who are big fans of the settlement management, though, so...
Yeah, that's right. And so basically I made sure everybody had jobs, and I didn't even have any shops here, right?
Wow.
So anyway, and also Kate was feeling a little bit friendly, and she gave me some of her blood.
Okay.
And so we are on the cusp of making a decision here as to whether or not we should
Become a vampire.
Consume Kate's blood and become a vampire, or actually there's another option too, because I have a sample of blood from an Oculus sanguinaire vampire that I killed a while back.
Yep, those are the ones that hallucinate, right?
Those are the ones that hallucinate, yeah. Whereas the incremento vampires are they're sort of like the physical melee types, of all the bloodlines. They're the best at that kind of thing.
Yep.
And they can do some incredible things, like they get an ability called celerity. And just to give you an idea of how celerity works, think about Blitz.
Yep.
But at a distance of, like, let's say about as far away as that ruined wall there.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
Like, you can blitz that far away.
I can't even see that ruined wall without a scope.
Like approximately in this game, the scale would be approximately like the length of a city block or better.
Yep.
That you can blitz, like, with a melee weapon from that far away. So, yeah, pretty incredible. Oculus vampires have different powers, and one of them is, of course, kind of similar to the rank 2, or no, it's not that. There's another ability where you can I think it comes with a legendary armor and that kind of thing. Chameleon. It's a chameleon,
right.
chameleon-like ability, so that when you crouch like this, you turn invisible, right?
Well, that kind of seems like it'd be more your speed.
Yeah, except that there are drawbacks to it, and one of the drawbacks is, you'll notice when I crouch here, and I go to aim through my scope, well, what happens is everything that you're carrying becomes invisible too, including... like you can't even look down the scope of a weapon, right?
Yep.
In first person. So I end up having to aim in third person and relying on the little green dot a great deal.
I guess it also might be kind of like a stealth boy or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. The same kind of... Basically, it borrows from that invisibility ability that you get from a stealth boy or some legendary armors and that kind of thing.
Right.
And also, of course, in addition to their hallucinations and that kind of thing, sometimes you can hear voices talking to you or whispering or whatever. And sometimes those voices will warn of an impending attack from an enemy or something like that. Like, Oculus vampires are a little bit psychic as well as crazy, right?
But definitely crazy.
But definitely crazy. Yeah. So anyway, I'm almost leaning toward, because we've played this character for such a long time now as a regular character. This series has been running 2.5 years, and it might shake things up a little bit just to change things around.
Possibly.
Anyway, we've got not too many. Okay, we could search for caps in Saugus Ironworks. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm just doing stuff with Kate until she triggers her quest storyline.
Yep.
Oh, there's another basic one that we haven't done yet. Bring a mutated fern to Solomon. Maybe we should do that. Just for the fun of it. And of course, vampires tend to have very high ability scores, and depending on what bloodline they are, they could have boosted physical abilities like the Incremento, or they could have boosted mental abilities like some of the, you know, even the Oculus or the Ambitiose type vampires. There's about 7 different bloodlines, and they all have similar powers to one another, but they also, each bloodline has a set of powers and abilities that are unique to them, right?
Yep.
And of course, they all have the same drawbacks, including, you know, like sunlight is very, very bad for any vampire. And the way that this mod is designed, basically, if you are caught outside in the sun, you can burn to death, like, literally in seconds, right?
Yep, yep.
So, very, very bad. Now, let's have a look here and see where... Because I'm assuming we gotta go to Forest Grove Marsh. Yeah.
Next person that asked me to shag is getting a well-placed kick. If you get my meaning.
So anyway, normally I like to benefit from the Lone Wanderer perk and all that kind of stuff. And of course, having a companion with you sort of, you know, negates that perk.
Yeah.
But for the sake of, if you want to do the storylines of certain NPCs...
You have to have them with you.
You have to have them with you, right? Okay. Let's see what else we've got here.
It just reminds me again of the John Wick subway scene that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, and where the two guys are going, walking along in the hallway in the train station, firing their silenced pistols at each other. And no one, like, there's crowds and crowds of people in there and no one suspects a thing.
Yeah, people would be running and screaming for their lives.
Yeah, they would be fleeing in panic because of all the gunfire, because apparently guns are still pretty loud even when they have, you know, suppressors on them, right?
Yeah, well, think about it. Even if the bullet is moving subsonic, you have the actual, like, slide of the handgun, the pistol, that moves back and forth, and that is like metal-on-metal contact that slides back and forth and makes a lot of noise, and, you know, there's all kinds of other components inside of a gun that make lots of noise, and if you're in a crowded area shooting guns at each other, even if they were completely silent, surely somebody would be getting hit by shell casings.
Yeah. Well, this looks like it might be a pretty good weapon.
But it was a funny scene.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're going to enjoy movies and TV shows and stuff like that, even video games, you have to be able to suspend your sense of disbelief a certain amount.
Indeed.
Right? I mean, I saw, it was basically a crime drama type movie, and it was an independently produced one. I don't remember, I can't remember what it was called now, but the main character was this young woman, and she's like, the actress is 5 feet tall, right?
Yep.
But she's a martial artist, and she's kicking ass on guys that are like 6'2" and stuff like that, right? And I mean, in real life, even a well-trained martial artist that small probably is not going to stand much of a chance against a large man that even has half a clue of what he's doing, right? But you have to suspend your sense of disbelief in order to be able to enjoy the movie and enjoy the story.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
actually, interesting enough, here's another funny little thing about silenced weapons. I remember watching this one documentary sometime about people who were trying to assassinate Hitler during World War II. And I guess they actually had, like, these assassination pistols that looked kind of like bicycle pumps.
Okay, yeah.
And they were designed completely manual operation, bolt action, no moving parts when you fire the bullet. Right? And they loaded one round into the chamber, bolt action, and then it wouldn't even eject or expel the shell casing or anything. You'd actually have to work the bolt in order to do it. So you'd walk up to Hitler, theoretically, and you'd shoot him with your bicycle pump, and then you'd put your bicycle pump inside your jacket and walk out of there.
Okay, and it was supposed to be that silent, hey?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, I think I've actually, like, found this area on the map before, but I've never actually cleared it. So, I guess we could do that today. Just for the fun of it. Let's see what we got in here. We can tear down some of these things. Yeah, it comes with an automatic receiver already, but it definitely needs to be upgraded. Okay, so this is kind of a funny little area where everything seems very peaceful until you actually go up on this roof. And then suddenly you've got feral ghouls coming out of the woodwork. Like, everywhere.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Kate's gonna be in trouble now.
Ah,
Oh, look at that,
fine.
he's going back down after her. There's another one coming up here, too.
You're gonna regret it.
To tell you the truth, though, I'm probably, there, she got the knockback. Remember, I gave her that double-barreled shotgun that has
Yep.
the knockback ability?
Yep.
I could probably just go down here and just shoot these guys, because they probably can't hurt me much.
Yeah, well, you're so tough these days that not
Yeah.
much is a danger to you.
Normally, I was playing the way I was for a second there, because normally when I come into this area, I'm like level 8 or level 10 or something, right?
Way lower level.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's something in that desk. And I'm just going to make sure I collect all the stuff here. I could listen to the holotape there of that Sheila telling her buddy there that you set up all these ramps on the roofs and stuff up here, but maybe we'll grab that and see if we can listen to it as we go along here.
Listen, Dale. I don't know what's taking you so long, but you were supposed to meet me here 3 days ago. I'm out of supplies, and I'm gonna have to make a run. I can see why that Solomon guy is willing to pay ferns, cause let me tell ya, getting walkways set up here has been a real pain in my ass. Wait for me to get back before you take the first load to Diamond City. I've got a couple of things I want.
Hey, Sheila! That you up there? The walkways look great, but how do I get up there?
There you are. Took your sweet time, Dale. Head over a block there. Oh, shit. Barrels. Dale, look out! Run! Run!
Yeah, these guys can't even hurt me. Right?
Yep.
Hey, what's going on up here? Who are you? Oh, a Minuteman. I guess I need to have a drink of water, too. So really, other than the little bit of a treasure chest up on the top of that building there really isn't anything very significant in here.
Whoa, whoa. Nice try.
Problem. No, not quite solved. There you go.
Yeah, there. Well, Kate got him. I was stuck between the two trees there.
Are you daft?
There, I got that one.
Nope, you're gonna have to drink that water.
Nope. Don't want to drink that water.
Water.
But anyway, as you can see, there's like a fairly large number of feral ghouls in this area. And if you're a fragile little level 10 character or whatever you tend to be,
You really want to find a
when
choke point.
Well, usually what I do is I camp on that roof up there, like where all the stuff is. Like up here.
Yep.
I just camp on that roof, and then I'll use some sort of a rifle with a scope, and I'll try and shoot as many of the ghouls as I can from a distance.
And then you shotgun the rest, right?
And then shotgun the rest as they come up the ramp system toward me, right?
Payday.
I don't know whether this area is cleared. I think this is one of those areas that will show cleared once you've killed all the ghouls, right? But it's not really always easy to find them all. And there's the odd little thing like this as well in the area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these are things that are more important and valuable to a low-level character than to me, but...
What the hell was that?
What? Where?
Yeah, what the hell was that? Whatever that was.
I don't know.
It was that. It was something.
Yeah. Well, I don't see anything.
Making me feel like a jilted lover.
Guess whatever that was, it disappeared again. There's probably like one ghoul left hiding out in here somewhere.
Yeah, whatever it was, it's gone now.
Yeah. It must have been the wind.
The jet will make you jittery, don't you know?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm hoping to start seeing the occasional legendary hunting revolver too. Because,
Hoping that they'll start spawning in this game?
yeah, because one of our viewers, there he is, right? One of our viewers commented that he was going to be starting his next playthrough with the hunting revolver, which is a modded weapon from Fallout New Vegas, of course.
Yep.
And I have a few weapon mods that add weapons from Fallout New Vegas, actually. Yeah, there, it's cleared now. I just needed to shoot that one last ghoul. And I went, hunting revolver? Yeah, I gotta get that.
Yep.
So I did.
Well, and you found out it's apparently a pretty good weapon. Hits really hard.
It's like with the character that I'm playing with that right now, because I did actually find one. I actually bought one from Arturo so that I could try it out. And the character I have that I'm using that with now has rank 3 rifleman, and using a shotgun. The shotgun does around 100 points of damage per shot. Mm-hmm. And this hunting revolver, I have no ranks of gunslinger, and the hunting revolver does more damage per shot than the shotgun does.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's one of those big, heavy damage per single shot kind of weapons, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say that super mutant suicider is no longer a problem.
I guess that's the end of that.
Well, a bunch of settlers. Boy, this tunnel is crowded today.
Everybody wants through here.
Everybody wants through here. Oh, well, we're going to pick up all their junk. They're even going in opposite directions.
Well, I guess it's a arterial, not a roadway. I guess it's technically a roadway.
Yeah.
Ish, if you can consider this a roadway still.
Well,
It's a path. It functions as a path now, so I guess, yeah, we'll call it a roadway. It's an arterial roadway for foot traffic. There you go.
Yeah.
That's more correct.
Well, because foot traffic is really the only kind that there is now, right? Oh, there's something going on here too, and we got to have something to eat though first before we jump into all this.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Why doesn't anybody ride an animal?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I haven't seen any horses, right? So
Well,
I guess the only four-legged animals that you could ride would be the Brahmin.
Yeah, see, you could have a riding Brahmin and in a pack Brahmin. Where's the Brahmin drawn carriage?
Yeah, okay.
That's a good idea.
Wow, now you're thinking.
Then the farmers are plowing their fields with the Brahmin pulling the plow, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got Deathclaw steaks. I'll have one of those. Okay. It looks like we need to get out a little bit better. What do we want here? Well, the CP35 pistol. Yeah. Did you just step in front of me?
Yep. But you didn't miss because you had your auto aim on.
Yeah, but I was wondering if I, like, accidentally shot Kate.
I don't think so.
Because that can happen, too. Anyway, is this gun fun to use? Yes, it is. Is it a little bit OP? Probably.
Yeah, well, you know, we've already demoed the punt gun and everything else, so...
Yeah, if there's an overpowered gun in this game, it's the punt gun, for sure. Oh, boy. How are we doing here at this settlement, anyway? We got 37 people and an 82% happiness rating, so I guess they must be just doing fine. Now, if we can open the gate. Oh, frame, slow down.
Good old mechanical hard drives.
Yep. Well, someday I'll get an SSD. But by then it won't matter for this game, probably.
Probably not, no.
Actually, I don't really have that many problems with that anyway. Look at, they've even got female Fens Sheriff's Department deputies too. Although they're a little bit less common, right? Okay, we gotta go in here. Are we even... Okay, yeah, we can barely make it within business hours here. I can't believe that that's like one of the beginning side quests, right? And it's taken me this long to realize that I didn't do it yet.
Well, we got so tied up and busy doing other things.
Yep. Yeah,
it doesn't hurt to get it done now, though.
The Fens Sheriff's Department mod can definitely steal your attention away, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an extended period of time, too. But I still say that's probably the best mod of its kind that I've ever played.
If we're looking for some action, I'm betting we'll find it here.
Find that fern, should be easy to spot.
Yep,
Found
here
the
you
plant.
go.
Here you go.
All right. Here's your payment, plus some samples from the pharmacy. Don't take them all at once now. Moderation. That's to the matter at hand.
Hell yeah.
Cameras.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Got your fix.
Okay. Got anything interesting for sale? Okay, no, not really.
No skull in the league can withstand.
So I guess I could go to Arturo, though, and he probably has the hunting revolver for sale here, too. Right?
Yeah, well, let's see.
I'll take a look.
If he does, you could show it off at least.
That's the
Yeah.
grips.
Okay. Weapons.
Hunting revolver.
Right there, yep. It shoots 45-70s.
Then you could buy some 45-70s.
I think I've probably got lots, but he hasn't got that many, but... Okay, I could probably sell some stuff back, too. All right, well, let's go back to Red Rocket, Boston.
Your friend looks like trouble.
Hairstyle of your dreams.
Who's really in control of Diamond City? Read the public.
Okay, we'll pause briefly before we exit Diamond City.
Because of the usual loading.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yes, and so we're just going to head on over here to the nearest settlement, which is just around the corner.
So much
You could smith up that hunting revolver.
Yeah. Well, we'll break down a few things here that we have, like this.
It smells, but, well, in a good way.
Okay. And I think I also picked up a bunch of
Seems to be growing well.
Oh, okay. Well, a bunch of super mutant armor, too. So we'll,
But too much is falling in mine. To each heart,
drop some of this stuff off that we're not using.
but someday
Speaking of which, during the break, I was on my phone looking at cubicles. And cubicles are expensive, man. Like $3,000 to $4,000 for a goddamn cubicle.
Wow. It might almost be cheaper to build a room.
Yeah, buy a desk and get a couple of sheets of plywood. And give me a drill.
Yeah, instant cubicle, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really all you need is a drill and some screws, eh?
Yeah, really. Fuck.
But they wouldn't be covered with nice padded cloth and all
bulletin
that kind of
boards
stuff too.
and
Bulletin boards and
all that fancy shit.
Yep.
And you'd have to put a little bit of extra work into making sure they were a stable base at least.
Okay,
But,
so here we go. I can put an advanced receiver on the hunting revolver. So that gives me a damage base of 350. And we can put a standard barrel, a fluted barrel, okay, which apparently makes it a better aiming weapon through a scope, but not as good up close. And a octagonal barrel, which is better for hip firing. Maybe we'll go with the octagonal barrel. I'm probably not saying that right.
Octagonal?
Yeah, okay, octagonal. Anyway, mahogany grip. This thing is pretty heavy. This gun weighs like 12 pounds.
Well, look at how big it is.
Okay, standard is a mahogany grip, an ivory grip, or a target grip. Okay, we don't want to do that. We'll put the ivory grip on. What do you think? Okay.
Sure.
Standard sights, improved sights. Rail. There's lots of different sight options here. Reflex sight. Reflex sight circle, short scope, medium scope, long scope. And for some reason I don't have any nuclear material, so I can't put the gutter snipe sight on.
Damn.
Yeah. Could put the rail on though.
Sure, let's see what the rail looks like.
And then I could even put a muzzle brake on it or a suppressor.
Suppressor.
Why do I want to put a suppressor on this though?
Put a suppressor on it.
Maybe I don't want to.
You gotta put a suppressor on it.
Gotta put a suppressor. Wow. This thing would be like... You
put a suppressor on it.
You put it in a holster at your hip and it bangs on your ankle as you walk, right?
Yeah, just put the suppressor on it.
Okay.
So here's an alternative to cubicles. You could buy yourself a desk and then buy yourself a privacy screen, which is way cheaper.
Yeah.
And then just put that up.
Yeah, well, the cubicles, it's not like they really, like, stop sound or anything like that either, right? So...
Well, I was just wondering, because I'm just like, how much does a cubicle cost? And then you get, like, these pages for businesses. And, you know, businesses are getting raked over the coals for cubicles, right? But they probably don't care, because they're businesses.
Yeah. Yeah, really, look at this. Look at this crazy thing, right? Holstered at the hip, and it hangs. The muzzle is almost touching the ground.
Yeah, but at least it's still above the ground. And you know what? It's going to be a far more useful weapon with that silencer on it.
Is it?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what the
you
rail.
See the little tiny notch above the silencer?
Yeah.
That's where you're aiming.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. That's what the rail seems to do. Is it makes the sight on the end of the barrel a little easier to see, right?
Yep, and now you can totally see.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how one even puts a suppressor onto a revolver. Maybe the octagonal barrel there is threaded.
Probably. Okay, well, let's see if we've got any more ammunition for this thing. We got, like, lots and lots of 45-70s here. Maybe we should hang up all our other weapons and just take this with us for a while. What do you think?
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, that way too, you don't end up with this problem where you always have like 10 million weapons with you.
Yep.
And if we're going to demo this for a while, might as well get used to using it.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll put our Fire Lance pistol up there. And, what else have we got here? Okay, I'm going to keep this, though. Okay, we'll put that up there. Gonna have to build some more racks to hold everything here. Okay. Do we have a rifle type weapon that we can put up there, or no? They're all pistols now.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you could always build. You got one more.
Yeah, we got one more pistol rack over here. So we can put the CP35 over there.
I see how you're looking at me. Not saying I don't like it. Just thought I'd clear the air.
And then let's see here. We need to build a couple more.
Yes.
Okay, because we got the CP37 as well. Okay. So we got our rifle, our sniper rifle. Which we'll keep. And we got our melee weapons and our throwing knives. We have our plasma gun and the hunting revolver. We can probably put a bunch of ammo. Get out of the way. Jeez. Need to make the doorways wider or something. Huh? Okay. So, what are we shooting with our Overseer's Guardian? We're shooting 308s. Okay. We need to keep those. We don't need to keep those, though. And we don't need to keep those, or those, or those. Now, what else have we got in? We got a lot of stuff in our inventory. Looks like, what's his name only wanted one mutated fern flower. He didn't want all of the ones that I gathered.
Oh well.
Okay, I guess maybe we'll throw that in the workbench too. I'm not going to use that. And yeah, so I guess that's it. We have our pearl-handled short rifle-length revolver. Now it looks like it's time to have a nap.
Yeah.
Time to be a sofa surfer.
Yeah. I have a bed around here somewhere in this settlement, but the couch is just as handy, so...
I'm not so worried now that you're here.
Yeah. Guess maybe we'll do a quick cooking check.
Anything I can do? You just say the word.
Okay, well... Let's see here.
I can patch you up if you need it. For a small fee, of course.
I think I'm good for now. Okay.
It ceases to amaze me what people throw away.
Everybody's talking.
Everybody's feeling chatty today.
Oh, look, the doctor actually force greeted me, and as soon as I got off the cooking station.
Not interested.
Let me know if that changes.
Okay, But I think I'm fine for now. Okay, we need to have something to eat. Hey, you know what? We're starting to run low on iguana on a stick.
You know, I think that's perfectly okay. I think maybe it's now time to try expanding your tastes. Broaden your horizon.
Yeah, but I like iguana on a stick. Okay, we'll do a quick save here, and then maybe we'll do a couple of bounty hunting bounties while we wait for Kate to ask us for her big favor here. Because the Fens Sheriff's Department actually has a bounty bulletin board out here that is way better than any of the vanilla bounties that you can get from the bulletin board inside Diamond City there. And they even pay you for completing the bounties too, right? Which they don't in the Diamond City ones. So anyway, we got Raider Bounty. Reward for nail biter at the Shamrock Tap House. Or we got a synth bounty. Reward for Eniac at University Point. Ghoul reward for Butterfoot at National Guard Training Yard. Reward for Sergeant Seals at GNN. Hey, let's do that one. We haven't been to GNN yet.
Sure.
Okay. That's actually a fairly major encounter area, too. With lots and lots of gunners that I can shoot with my hunting revolver.
Oh, more shooting makes more better episode.
Yeah.
And more hunting revolver action. How much damage does that thing do now per shot again?
It's pretty hefty. I mean, I've had more powerful weapons than this. I had sleep, right? So this is like starting fresh without any adrenaline.
Yep.
And it's 280, right?
Damn.
So if you compare that to, say, Overseer's Guardian, right, which is a 2-shot weapon with 308 receiver, it does 217, right?
Yep.
So it's a very damaging weapon. And it also fires double action. So, you know, like the fire rate is somewhat quicker than with a, you know, like a normal single action revolver where you might be able to fire a couple of shots per second.
Mm-hmm.
This stupid Brahmin is in the way. But anyway, we'll head down this way. So, anyway, it might take us the rest of the episode to get to GNN because it's quite a ways away.
Well, you do have your unlimited sprint, though.
Yeah. But I don't think we're going to actually get there completely unopposed either. Although maybe we've been through this area and cleared out the super mutants recently, or maybe the provisioners are keeping them whittled down or something. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Either way, you're going to get some shooting in this episode.
Yeah. Well, it looks to me like there isn't any super mutants to shoot here. So we'll just head over to the railroad bridge there and then just follow the tracks, because that's probably the most... Actually, you know what? I'm just being dumb.
Yeah, you see, they put a note on one of the meat hooks that said "Gone fishing."
Yeah. I was just being dumb there. I could have just went straight past the Roxbury station, but I'll go this way. Because there's some feral ghouls up here near the railway bridge to shoot. And if there was anything left alive here, well, then there'd be something to shoot here too, but I think I got these guys already.
Oh, woe of high-level characters when you actually have to look for things to kill.
Yeah, well, there's not too many things that can do significant harm to me now. And that's why I'm thinking about the vampire thing, too, because one thing that can do significant harm to a high-level character that is a vampire is vampire hunters. Right? Well, I think I must have shot all the ghouls down in this area, too. Okay, so there is a gunner captain there. Maybe I'll sure, charge in guns blazing or what? Sure. Okay. And hope none of these guys has a mini nuke.
I'm sure it'll be fine. You might even be tough enough to be able to survive one now.
Yeah, I did have a character once that survived a direct hit from a mini nuke shell.
Hey, get out of the way!
I think I saw somebody just go behind that,
You're dead!
Where? Where
Up
are
top?
you? No. Oh, there you are. Okay. Wow, she's got a Gauss rifle.
Nice one.
Well, it's really not all that quiet with the suppressor on it.
No.
Kind of like a real weapon.
Okay, well. I guess Kate got this one.
Missile launcher.
Yeah, maybe we should sneak for a little extra damage here.
Found you.
He's got a punt gun.
Good thing you're behind cover then.
Ooh. I think he's too far away. Like the shot spreads enough. Ooh. He's getting closer though.
Well, at least it's not an exploding punt gun, and you know what? Maybe that shotgun shot took care of him. Somebody might try to pick up that punt gun, though. Goes up the stairs to retrieve the punt gun, somebody else comes and picks it up as you get there and shoots you with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get shot in the face at point-blank range by it, but... Yeah, it looks like we haven't been here before.
Yeah, it looks like they probably spread enough.
Yeah.
Well,
he also had the sawed-off
barrel, yep.
Like the sawed-off barrel on it, too, which would mean that...
it would spread like crazy.
It would spread like crazy.
Although every shot is a guaranteed hit, but that doesn't mean much if only a quarter of the shot hits you.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. 368, but it has the sawed-off barrel. Yeah, look at that. The spread on it is huge, right?
Yep.
So I might have gotten hit by like one pellet or something at that range. Okay.
Although it was practically guaranteed to hit you somehow.
Yeah. Well, it actually did stagger me a little bit too when it hit me, eh?
Well, it is still a punt gun.
Yeah.
Now imagine that. The guy has the punt gun with the long barrel.
Well, he might have had better luck if he had
the long barrel.
Actually, even the short barrel makes a big difference over the sawed-off barrel, right?
Yeah, you know, I just keep a couple of missiles in my foot locker.
That being said, though, these high-level gunners must have a ton of health because that one there I had to shoot at point-blank range several times, right?
The combat armor might mitigate a whole lot too.
Yeah.
But also you don't have your adrenaline yet, or at least I guess you're starting to accumulate it again now, but...
Yeah, so we could go in here, but I want to clear the outside of this area first. And then maybe go in at the ground floor.
Don't like going in through the top?
Well, if you go in through the ground floor, it's just a little bit more thorough. I'm not sure where you end up if you go in through the top there, right?
I see.
Time for a bit of fun, isn't it?
Keep firing!
Better him than me.
Buddy is dead now.
Yeah.
Oh, he picked up a missile launcher.
He picked up a missile launcher, but he didn't have any missiles. So I'm not sure what he planned to do with that, but anyway.
Oh, maybe he was just going to reload it from his back pocket, right?
Yeah. Swing it like a baseball bat or something.
Oh, it might do more damage than that little knife, actually.
Yeah.
Just because it's a missile launcher.
Whoop.
Nice shot.
So it has its own unique reload animation and all that kind of good stuff.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. See, I said I'd never get tired of using the gun myself. Well, you know what? Having Kate use it is the next best thing.
Boys and their toys. Ugh.
Okay, where'd that guy go?
He ran underneath you.
Oh, I guess Kate can see him. Oh, there he is now. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good gun because those guys are very high level enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would be expecting to have an upper tier weapon in order to handle them, right? Oh, he had a crippling machete. That's one legendary that I've never really completely understood, because if it does 50% more limb damage, then in theory you should be able to cripple your enemies, but in practice I've never actually seen any evidence that it actually does that, right? You know, like when you're using a weapon like Wastelander's Friend or something like that.
Not even when you're targeting limbs?
No, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you were actually targeting arms and legs or something.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I'd imagine you have to do that, and it probably doesn't do extra damage, it just cripples their limbs faster or something.
Yeah. Well,
which could be useful.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, you've got the same deal as in Fallout New Vegas here as far as limbs go, right?
That's right.
Like, all your limbs have, you just got in the way, didn't you? Okay. All your limbs have some sort of a separate hit point pool or something?
Yep.
Okay. Well, looks like we came in one of the side doors here. And now we need to have a drink of water.
That's it.
Okay,
Make that
I
thing
guess.
pour you a drink, and I'll be impressed.
Yeah. Okay, that goes back outside. What's in here? Well, one shot's gun turrets.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck. And then you can go and get him a whole bunch more before he gets up. Oh look, he reloaded, he still hasn't found you.
Wiping the floor with you. Hold up. You hear that?
Yeah, get out of the way, Kate.
Yeah, they might throw grenades while you're trying to run past her.
You are seriously fucked, you know that?
Hit him hard and leave him reeling.
Man, you've had to kill this guy like 3 times.
Well, I actually disarmed him once, too, right?
Just a persistent motherfucker, right?
There, see, it disarmed him again. That's a special ability of the gunslinger, right?
Yep.
Night vision rapid assault rifle. So it was pretty funny the other day. I was watching, just not really watching, but I was looking at the thumbnails for some of our videos, especially after that thumbnail incident we had a little while ago.
Yeah, yep.
And they actually show when you just hover the mouse pointer over one of your thumbnails, they actually show a piece of the video, right?
Yep, yep.
And they have subtitles for voice, right?
Oh, really? Auto-generated subtitles, probably,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. But it's hilarious to watch because, you know what? I had no idea that there was so many different ways to misspell Rec V5X, right? because the AI does not seem to have the ability to, maybe it's because of our accents, the way we talk or something, but it doesn't seem to have the ability to fully or properly translate what we say into correct subtitles, right?
God.
You know, like, for example, in one of the, like, when we first introduce ourselves at the beginning of a video, and I say I'm Sandman 99, and one time it said I'm Sad Man 99 and stuff like that. Like, and you have been Rec B 5X or
oh yeah,
or you know, Rec B5. You know, and a number of other ones that I just can't remember right now.
Oh, maybe the algorithm for generating those is Japanese. It's like Rekabi 5 Faibu, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, it was pretty funny. I got a good laugh watching, and it was like on quite a selection of different videos for different topics and everything else, and even some of the things that we say just as commentary while we're playing our games, right?
It just doesn't come out at all.
Yeah, it does. Well, it comes through misspelled or like with different words than what we actually say and that kind of thing.
Well, you know what? I don't even think that their accents are that strong compared to some of the people who live in this country either.
No.
Right.
But we do have a regional accent, and maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's
one of those things.
It's something. Yeah, maybe it's something that.
If you're not from California, you're gonna come through badly on the auto-generated subtitles.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Right. There you go.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. It seems to have difficulty at times. Sometimes it's okay, right? But other times it makes us sound like we're talking, like with our mouths full or something, right?
Yeah, cotton balls in there or whatever else.
Yeah.
Well, I know that too that Canadians have a tendency to run their words together on top of each other, instead of having like clear distinctions of words, or will even drop like characters or syllables from words sometimes in the extreme case. So that can probably definitely screw up things.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, right? I think it's probably a thing where it has trouble understanding what we say sometimes just because of the way that we speak, right?
Yep. I wonder what it's going to think of Rickaby Faibu.
Yeah,
I wonder what that's going to look like.
Well, maybe people won't see that though, because you'd have to be watching with subtitles turned on.
Yeah, the auto-generated captions.
Whereas what these are is I don't know whether they're you have to turn it on or not, but they're just on when you're
because there's no sound by default when you're doing the little video preview, so
exactly.
They turn on the captions automatically.
Yeah.
And that'd be too, like, I guess if you wanted to just have a quick look at a video, I guess, I don't really know. It's a feature. It's a feature that is there to eat up your computing power and make the web page less efficient.
Well, anyway.
Leave that junk behind. You're just wasting space.
I have to say I got a bit of a laugh at something. I wonder if this is where that elevator comes down, right, from the roof. I got a bit of a laugh from some of the misspellings or substitutions of words and that kind of thing.
If you think that's bad, you should see what the auto-translate captions are like. If you're watching things in different languages, oh god, they're terrible. I remember someone else I know was watching a Turkish TV show one time on YouTube, and they were looking at like auto-generated, auto-translated captions or whatever, and everything becomes it, right? You're not you, you're it. It speaks, it says this, right? Like, things just don't come through properly at all.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show you that the AI thing has a ways to go yet, right, before it takes over the world.
I don't even think that's AI, it's just an algorithm that runs to try to detect voice signals. Even AI itself is really just a algorithm, a type of thing we'd call a neural network, typically. Well, I guess that's one form of it. But they're like learning algorithms, right? Algorithms that are very general purpose and they learn from themselves. That's basically what we would colloquially call AI. Right, so you could look up, like, neural network plays, say, Super Mario World or something, and see it take 9,000 attempts to figure out how to play Super Mario World in a way that allows it to complete the levels. Or something like that. Because it starts off like the first, like, I don't even know how many thousands of attempts. It'll sit there and stand there and do nothing and see if that achieves the result of winning the level.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, then eventually it will start moving, but obviously it's not going to know what an enemy is or how to jump or anything like that. All it's doing is repeating a set of instructions onto the screen and hoping it gets through the level. And every time it dies, it goes and readjusts those set of instructions, right?
Yeah.
And eventually it does something that looks kind of like playing the game, except not in any way that any human would do it. But eventually it can beat these levels, and if you get it generalized enough, it can beat multiple levels. And that was back in, like, oh, I don't know, 2016 that I was watching stuff like that. But no, I'm actually like that was cool. It was cool back then, just seeing like those algorithms run, especially since I'm a computer science guy. But as like an AI thing, and especially with the threat that I think it poses to people's jobs and livelihoods, and the idea that people might get replaced from it, especially artists now with AI generated images and things like that, I'm really not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Right. I really think that we should support proper artists and get proper people to do proper art for our work.
Just imagine Frank Frazetta would have been out of a job in this day and age, eh?
Yeah. Really, I view it as a jobs thing. I think it's important not to take away people's jobs. We should put people first and technology and convenience second. And I say that as somebody who has got their degree in this field and could actually be writing AI right now.
Yeah.
Open the ante. I like it.
I also think it's a bit of a phase too. Like right now we're going through like everybody wants to put AI into everything now. So it's like you can have AI on your database analytics, AI on your whatever the hell, like say your ERM system, and a whole bunch of other things like that, right? Like just AI everywhere, and I think it's just one of those overblown things where it's the next hot feature that people want to integrate, but it's not necessarily useful.
Yeah.
Or it's marginally useful, but there's a feature equivalent that is just as useful that you could implement instead. But if people...
Troubleshooters, bumper sword. Yeah.
But if people implement AI into their product, then they can throw the AI integration on the marketing label, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody who doesn't know better will be like, oh, wow, it has AI. It's such a high-quality product, and then they'll buy it. So I'm kind of jaded on the whole AI thing. I think it's snake oil.
Yeah, well...
Well, and you'd also have to think about it too, like what is the because there's, I don't really know if there's even a legal definition of AI, so you could take like any kind of algorithm that does like any kind of adjustment and just call it AI, right? Like any kind of learning algorithm and call it AI, or what is your definition of a learning algorithm? Let's just stretch that out to the max and then slap an AI label on it, right? Like,
wow. They seem to have somewhat less resistance to laser weapons. Get out of the way, Kate. Jeez.
I think energy resistance in general is much harder to get up, even on power armor.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's no energy weapon version of a punt gun.
Yeah.
Their combat armor is giving you hell, though. But that's okay. Nothing a shotgun won't fix, right? But all I'm going to say is most of the tools that I end up using in daily use are tools that I wrote myself that are actually command line programs. And you know why they're command line programs? Because then I don't have to design a user interface for them.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
It's an easy, lazy way to make something that actually works effectively.
For me, I feel like I'm living in a science fiction movie. Because a lot of this stuff didn't even exist when I was young, right? And I thought that it was a terrible idea to start doing things like self-serve filling stations, right?
Yeah, well, that takes away a job from somebody, too.
Because that took away a job from somebody, too.
You used to do that kind of job, didn't you?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I worked at a gas station in the evenings and weekends when I was in high school. And it was actually a half-decent paying job, like...
Yep. Yeah, no, and I mean, and then there's the thing that they did with the McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen McDonald's recently. They got like the little touchscreens in there. I think you can use for like ordering instead of like going up to the till and shit.
So they're using AI to take away people's shitty minimum wage jobs, eh?
Well, not necessarily AI, but like shitty programming.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, and then there's also the whole idea that Amazon wanted to have an entirely digitally run store or something like that, like a digitally run grocery store. I can't remember what that was all about.
Yeah.
But like, there's been efforts to do this all over, and really, I think it's crap. I think we got to preserve people's jobs.
Well, the thing that makes me wonder is these guys are always trying to save a little bit of money by eliminating an employee or 2 or 10 or whatever. But if you put all those people out of work, eventually you're going to create a situation where nobody can afford to shop at your store because half the population doesn't have a job anyway.
Either that or you jack up the tax rate and give everybody UBI, and then you don't save any money because everybody's getting paid out of your fucking tax dollars instead.
Yeah. You know, you would think that stimulating the economy and creating more paying customers would be, you know...
Well, and having more jobs is better too, because it results in more employee freedom, right? Because if an employer is going to treat you poorly or not pay you well enough, you can actually just go find another job.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas when there's a shortage of jobs, or there's not a large enough supply of jobs, such that they far exceed the number of people working them, then you kind of just have to put up with what you get.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, is that that's never enough, because I have experience working for publicly traded companies, right? Like big mega corporations that employ like 80,000 people worldwide and stuff like that.
Yep.
And you know what? There's no such thing as enough. No matter how much money you make, or no matter how profitable the company is, they're always looking for ways to increase that profit margin even more.
Yep, and that's because unlike private companies, they don't maintain a war chest for hard times, and they have to make profits go up every single year to pay out to their shareholders.
Yeah. And even that kind of thing, I think, is bad for ordinary people. And, you know, like that, it never used to be like that when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
It's just been the last 25 years or so that it seems like that things have started to go that way.
Well, I have a pretty controversial opinion on the topic, in that I don't think that public corporations should be a thing. You should have private businesses and state-run entities, and that's it.
Yep. Wow, look at Kate.
I think she's having problems.
I think that one turret there is a high-powered turret, too. There.
Yeah, you took care of it in one shot.
Yep.
Well, he dropped easier than his subordinates did.
Yeah, really. That's because I think that they have like a level scaling thing going on with the gunners. Like, you might have noticed that every gunner that I face now is like a gunner brigadier, or a gunner this or a gunner that, right?
Yep.
And if Captain Wes is supposedly the highest ranking gunner in the Commonwealth, I believe, according to the lore at least, you know, like when you go to the Quincy ruins and all that kind of stuff and read some of the computer entries, you know, like for the gunner side.
Yep.
Because they have that computer up on the overpass there where Clint was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it certainly seems to indicate that Captain Wes is the highest ranking gunner in the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Wes's holotape. Okay. Shall we listen to Wes's holotape?
Sure.
Okay.
Next we've got I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire by the Experts.
Command, this is 429er. We have visual hostiles near Fallon's. Copy? Over.
429er copy. How long before range?
Command, we are 2 mics from range. Over.
Yes.
Command,
429, you are to retreat back to HQ immediately. Do
Ambush!
you copy? Over.
Taking heavy fire! Command, say again. Over.
429, retreat back to HQ immediately. That's an order. Over.
Command, copy. Pulling back to HQ. Out.
Okay, sounds like the gunners bit off some little more than they could chew over by Fallon's there. Must have been the super mutants, right?
Yep.
But anyway, so much for Captain Wes. I kind of like this gun. I think I do need a better top sight though, because I find it's hard to aim in first person with it.
Yeah, well, the big ass suppressor covers a lot of that sight too, so
yeah.
maybe you do need some glow sights on this just to see past the suppressor.
Yeah, because in close quarters against multiple opponents in a narrow hall, firing down a narrow hallway like that, first person is actually kind of useful for situations like that, right?
Well, you just need to get yourself some nuclear material.
Yeah.
See, people go, where did all the nuclear material in the Commonwealth go? And then you just look at your guns.
Yeah. Okay, well, I suspect that every gunner in the place is probably, see, I can sort of see, but when I'm under pressure and there's like tracer fire coming back at me and, you know, like laser bolts and all that kind of stuff, well, it's kind of hard to see it, right?
Yeah, just line up the suppressor with whatever you're shooting at. You'll probably hit it.
Yeah.
I guess you could say if your gun is covering them, you're probably going to hit them.
I'm through.
Yeah, and precision shooting when you have a, oh wow. Okay, I didn't even notice that until I walked right up to it, but all right.
And it somehow didn't notice you.
And it somehow didn't notice me.
Nice.
You're pretty handy with a bobby pin.
I am. Grab that.
Just so that somebody else doesn't pick it up?
Well, it's a good policy. Because occasionally NPCs will get the clever idea that they want to shoot a fat man from inside a tight building like this.
Like this hallway here would be the perfect place.
Wow. I think that one just... Oh.
Come on.
I think that one just suffered from negative acceleration trauma.
Yep. Oh, I think you got a headshot there.
Yeah. Where are you?
Back off.
I don't see you. Hello. Oh, there you are.
I know, that's hard to see through all the dust.
Yeah, I'm kind of firing half blind there. We'll go and get a little closer. There. Oh, Kate just knocked him down again.
Get stuck on that door?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
shoot him in the nuts.
Yeah. I used to be a gunner till I took a 45-70 in the groin.
That would not be pretty. That reminds me of those bulletproof face masks. They need to have like a bulletproof cup.
I don't know. Do you think a bulletproof face mask would even help against a large bore, you know, high velocity round like this?
See, this is why we should wear ceramics down there.
Like you could, oh, there's Cruz's holotape. Like you could probably almost shoot holes through steel plates with this thing, right? Cruz's holotape.
Well, that's what power armor's for.
Cruz? DR. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Looks like the mutants have settled 2 miles north of here, taking over most of the town. They seem to be concentrated in the old Fallon's department store. I led a squad out a couple days ago to clear them out. We were ordered by Captain West to retreat when our squad was ambushed. When we got back, the captain shooed me out in front of the guys and then asked me to see him privately in the old recording studio. After reaming me out for several minutes, he took me off patrol and reassigned me to guard the HQ here. It's just so confusing. I mean, I'll never confront the captain in front of the men, but what is he up to? Why did he order the retreat and then blame me?
Well, I guess that's just how the gunners do things, hey? Alright, I think we cleared this area out now. So I think we just have one more area to find, and I think we have to go back to that elevator in order to find it. Or here.
Get some!
Wow, how did he not notice anything that was going on outside?
There, he had a Sjogren Inertia shotgun. I don't know. It's funny sometimes the way that NPCs respond or don't. Because you might have noticed that when we first entered this area, suddenly we were like hip deep in gunners coming from all directions, right?
Yep.
But yeah, there's always that one guy that I guess maybe he was taking a nap or something and didn't notice all the gunfire.
Yep.
Yeah, when I first started using this gun with my other character, I was using the reflex sight. And the reflex sight works pretty well. Okay, we need to retrace our steps back to... You remember where the elevator was?
Nope. Somewhere over this way, take a right, about that door?
Nope.
Nope, not in there. Take a right? You need to take a right at some point. That's about as much as I can tell you.
Oh.
Other way. Oh, okay, maybe this way.
Like, geez, what a bunch of switchbacks and ridiculous...
Left.
Like, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Maybe that's why they're manning this place. It's defensible.
Yeah.
You got a second? I got something I want to say to you.
Now? Really?
Of course. What's on your mind?
Appreciate it. We've been on basement.
Okay. We'll hold that thought. Yeah, hold that thought. We'll get back on that later.
Hold that thought and hold my beer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay, let's chat. Seems like it's quiet enough here. All right.
Hey, sure, you have time to talk now. Still have something important to say.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Appreciate it. We've been on the road together for a while. And we've taken some hard knocks.
Because I think this might be where she asks us to go help her out.
I notice you've always been sticking by me. You know, watching me back and making sure I don't do anything stupid. I think maybe it's time to tell you a little bit about who you're traveling with. There's no reason for us to keep acting like we're strangers.
Didn't we already go through this? You don't owe me a thing.
It all starts with 2 wastes of humanity, I suppose you could
Oh,
call me
well, I guess
parents.
she's going to tell me
I'm
anyway.
convinced I was a mistake, because I can't remember a single moment that they treated me like their daughter. I was yelled at and beaten. Everything I did was wrong. Nothing but a nuisance in their eyes. The whole time I was telling myself that they had to love me, even if it was just the tiniest bit, because they never kicked me out. Then me 18th birthday arrived, and I found out why they kept me around. They slapped a shock collar around me neck and sold me to slavers. They didn't even care enough about me to say goodbye. 18 years of suffering through that shite, and all I was worth to them was a pocket full of caps.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Oh, God.
Sucks to be you.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. But there's more to the story. It would be easy to blame me charm and personality on me parents, but they didn't make me this way. I did. I was with those slavers for 5 years. Roughest 5 of me goddamn life. The things they made me do. The way they used me for their amusement. It sickens me to me stomach even thinking about it. But I bided me time and learned to use their own methods against them. Stealing a few caps out of a sleeping man's pocket is a piece of cake. As long as you don't get greedy.
I can't even imagine having to go through something like that.
You think that's low? Just wait. The story gets much worse. It took every ounce of patience I had. But after 5 years, I had finally pocketed enough to buy me own way out of there. But instead of heading off to try and repair the shambles of me life, I gave in to me rage and I headed home. You can imagine the look on me parents' faces when I kicked open their door. What you can't imagine is what they looked like after.
Actually, I can imagine, because we just emptied our guns into a whole bunch of people.
Sounds like justice to me.
Was it justice? Or was it murder? When I close me eyes, all I can see is their faces twisted with fear.
An unnecessary attack of conscience.
And it's ripping me the fuck apart.
As opposed to a momentary lapse of reason.
Yep. And drink myself drunk because I'm a tough Irish girl. I do it so I can forget and move on with my miserable life. So there you are. The entire flawed package known as Kate. Stripped bare for your perusal.
Okay.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
I knew I was taking a chance telling you all this. But I never expected you to say you were proud of me. I think I needed to hear that from you. Thank you.
Okay, well.
I'm always There's nothing you could say that would ever change that.
Oh, well, that's...
Yeah, well, you know, if I'm going to successfully hit on you, I have to say nice things to you, right?
God.
That much about me. And here I thought I was being stupid, bothering you with me problems. It feels good to know if I need you, you'll be there for me. And I'll always be there for you, too.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
and now we need to pause.
All right.
And we're back.
Yes, and I had to pause because Kate was feeling chatty.
Oh, again now.
Yeah. Although now she doesn't seem to be.
Hey, need some? I wanted to talk to you, if you have a moment.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Appreciate it. I was worried before, but we've been friends for a time now. So yes, I'm a vampire, but it was not what I wanted. I didn't even believe they existed until one attacked me. The little shite attacked me just outside Lexington, near the old Super Duper Mart. The little bastard was strong. I fought him off, but not before he infected me with this curse. An eternity of drinking blood and burning in sunlight. Well, it wasn't exactly what I had planned for my future. Maybe I'll tell you a little more of my story. Let's see what happens between us. My past isn't exactly sunshine and rainbows. By the way, if you find any blood packs, I'd appreciate it if you could toss me some.
Okay, let's ask some questions.
Can I ask you some questions?
What's on your mind?
What's so bad about your past?
I did a lot of questionable things when I became a vampire. My life prior to vampirism wasn't exactly a walk in the park. I'm not really ready to discuss this with you. Maybe when we know each other better.
Okay.
Anything else you wanted to tell me?
Well, I assume my embrace was unintentional. Even though that bastard infected me, I assume he intended to feed on my blood. I was introduced to their haven afterwards, but I chose to go my own way. Vampire society is very political, not my fucking scene. The transformation itself was, well, let me try to explain. When I got infected, I became extremely unwell for several days. I had a raging fever, and was weak as shite. I felt like I was dying. I felt my heart stop as I sank into pure darkness, cold and dead. The following night, I woke in a blood-fueled frenzy. I tore out the throat of the first human I saw. Just like that, the beast was born. The worst part about being a vampire is the beast inside, always there, just below the surface. Hunger can induce frenzy, while feeding on the wrong people can cost you a piece of your humanity. It's a very, very fine line.
You made some good points. Tell me more.
Vampire society comes down hard on those who step out of line. Vampire law states that any action that exposes our existence to mortal society is a breach of the Silence of the Bloodlines proclamation.
Wow, suddenly her voice got louder.
Civilians are expected to clean up their own mess.
I think he used like some kind of voice simulator or something to fill in some of the blanks, eh?
Ah.
That's
Okay,
all I
well,
needed to know.
No problem.
alright. I guess now we can get on with this. So, what... Oh, look at this. So what Kate was explaining there was a few of the rules as far as being a vampire is. And if you're not reasonably discreet about it, then the vampire police come after you. Right?
Yep.
Who's first?
Wow. Talk about point-blank range, eh?
God, I hope this is
Okay. So I can see before the next episode I'm going to have to either find some more ammunition for this gun or
go to make some at your ammunition manufactory in
Starlight Drive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can make 4570s at that plant.
Well, I guess you'll just have to see. Although, you know, you've only blown through like a quarter of your supply.
That's it.
Not even quite. Because you started with like 200 rounds.
Okay, well, we're nearly through the last of this place now anyway. I think this basement area was the last area to...
Speaking of which, to kick off the end of the cubicle discussion, I was looking during the break. You can get cubicles with sliding doors on them.
Really?
And
Wow.
they cost like $4 grand.
Wow. Okay, well, that was Sergeant Seals, so I guess there are... oh yeah, this is the guy whose head I was after, right?
Now everybody's going to be thinking of sliding door cubicles when they think of Sergeant Seals.
That's right. Okay. Well, I guess I should maybe reload here.
That's it. I've had enough.
Oh.
Something's ghosting us.
Yeah, take care of that guy with your shotgun. Oh, don't you hate it when they survive with a sliver of health?
Yeah, he just stim-packed himself, too. That's okay. Kate got him.
An enemy with a sliver of health can kill you just as effectively as an enemy with full health, right?
Yep. That's right. Okay. These guys have riot shotguns, too. As well as break-action lasers and assault rifles and all kinds of good stuff. It's funny how many of these mod-added weapons show up in gunner arsenals, eh?
Well, gunners and raiders both, too. They both seem to be popular choices for introducing new weapons into the world.
Yeah.
Right, isn't it in some of your games every second raider carries a grease gun, for example?
Yeah, or a lever-action shotgun, which is one that we made.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, for a longest time, and actually at other times too. It seems to be random sometimes. You know, like it seems like every other raider carries a lever action shotgun, or
The game just gets stuck on a random number and just wants to use it over and over.
You gonna call me names now? Jeez.
I'm in.
Hold up. You hear that? Over there!
Oh. I'm too busy grabbing all the beer and I'm getting shot at. Where is that guy? I'm on fire. I can't see when I'm on fire.
Well, now you don't gotta worry about that anyways.
Oh, she just knocked him down again. Somebody has it. Oh, that guy's got a name too.
Yeah, and he dropped just like that.
I think if I get lucky and get a headshot...
They drop instantly.
Yeah. Because I imagine that...
they're not armored there.
Yeah, and it's probably really bad for you to take a 45-70 in the forehead, right?
Yeah, you don't want to do it too often, maybe only 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, it's just like in that movie, He Never Died. You never watched that yet, eh? The whole thing.
No, I only got to watch the end of it.
He's sitting there in the car with this woman after one of the action sequences. Yep. He's got a pair of pliers and he's digging around in this big hole in his forehead. And she kind of flinches and asks him what the fuck he's doing. And he says, well, I have to dig this bullet out because otherwise it'll heal over on top of it and then I'll get migraines, right?
Yeah, I think I saw that part too. That was a funny movie.
Well, it had its moments, that's for sure. Grim, dark humor, though. But anybody that likes that kind of thing would enjoy that movie.
Sweet.
Couldn't have done it.
So this weapon is almost double damage to that advanced 10mm revolver. Right? Yeah, I might do some checking around in settlements too, just to see if I have a select revolver anywhere too.
I think you do, yeah. You picked up one at one point a long time ago.
Yeah, I just don't remember where I stored it. But I never really did much gameplay with it. But it might be fun to do that too, right? Can I break that? Yes, I can. I can break that by bashing it with my gun.
You'd have to fucking be pretty damn strong in order to break a light like that with your hand.
I am pretty damn strong.
Yeah, though. I know, you're like Hercules strong.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man strong. Okay, well, anyway, what was this guy's name? Ryder, okay. Because I picked up a holotape that said it's Ryder's holotape.
Cruz got what he deserved. Captain West should have stripped him of his rank for what he did. He's soft and it shows in the many leads. We're gunners, for crying out loud. We don't retreat. And his punishment? Guard duty on the top floor of HQ. Meanwhile, me and the guys are stationed down here in this dark, cold, shitty basement. First thing tomorrow, I'll have a chat with the captain and tell him how I feel. Yes. Who knows? Maybe I'll get reassigned and get to see some real action.
I guess not.
You just got to see some real action. It didn't last very long.
Yeah, you were pretty soft too, especially your head.
Okay, I think we've cleared this place out now. There doesn't seem to be any more resistance.
Well, I guess bullets to the head don't care about your pride.
Yep. Okay. Well, you know what? This is a kind of a convoluted maze-like area here, but there's somewhere around here there'll be an elevator to take back up to the roof. But maybe I'll do that off camera. I think we probably are running pretty long on this one, hey?
Yeah, we're about an hour 40 on this one.
Oh well, that's okay. We had lots to do, and it was pretty fun, you know, like shooting with the hunting revolver. I like it.
Indeed.
Yeah, so I guess maybe next time we'll continue to shoot things with the hunting revolver for a while. It'd be nice to find a legendary one.
Sounds like a plan.
But anyway, I guess we'll see about that next time.
Indeed.
Until then,
I'm RecB5.
and I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.